a retro modern gamer. It is Friday, made it through the week, and it's a special weekend because it is 4th of July weekend. So, hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone had a good week. And here we are on the iAmDJ Gamer Podcast. I got my guest, long overdue, doing a redo. The last time we had technical difficulties, we tried to do this through Zoom and I just was not having it. We were having such a good episode that it's just that we have to do it again because just having those technical difficulties, which it comes at a cost. Having technology sometimes it just is smooth and it's just so good, and other times it's just not having it. So um got my guest, Retro Stylz. How's it going, brother?
Man, good morning. It's going great. It's happy Friday. It's like the end of the week. We finally made it.
Yeah, right. So, we made it. Hopefully, everyone's gonna have that wonderful weekend, barbecue it up,
Yeah.
fireworks, all within nice, enjoyable time and everything, nothing crazy, everybody. So okay, so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna go, we're gonna dive deep into your gaming history, because your name is Retro Styles, bro, and you can't have a name like that if you did not start somewhere. So, brother, take me on a trip. Take me back to where it began.
Man, we're going to go on a journey.
There we go. There we go. Those are always good, man.
Yeah. I was born in 1983, so I'm going to take you last 1900s. Sounds like a long time ago, but it really wasn't. Anyway, born in 1983. My aunt and my dad were gamers. Dude, legendary Dice.
Uh-huh.
What's up, dude?
There's
Welcome.
Dice. There's Dice. He's joining us right now.
Man, love that dude.
There you go.
Anyway, so my dad and my aunt were gamers. They were born, obviously in the era of arcades, Atari, kind of grandfathered into Nintendo, Super Nintendo. So we always had either a Nintendo, even when what's that? Intellivision came out.
Hmm.
Man, thanks for the support, Dice.
There you go.
When
Much
Nintendo came
appreciated.
out, Super Nintendo came out. Um, we always had something in our house, whether it be at my aunt's or my dad's. So if my dad
Oh
had
yeah.
one, my aunt wouldn't buy one. She would just come over our house. So we would take it over there, and he would take it over there. And so we always had that. My uncle, he had more of the older systems. He had the Atari
Uh huh.
and the Intellivision, which was super cool.
Damn.
Yeah. And so that's where my love for Atari came, because we would just go over his house. He lived in this like little trailer. We would just come over and play the old TV and hook it up. And back then it wasn't old, I guess.
Uh,
Was what was in, I guess.
what was it
Yeah,
exactly?
yeah.
Exactly.
Now it's old.
All right, all right.
And
So nice.
so
So
we
it
got,
started right there with your
yeah,
aunt
the
and
Atari,
uncle. The
Atari
Atari.
2600, Atari was a 5200, and all
Yeah,
of the above. Where you had to hook up that little box to the back of the TV.
back of the TV,
Yeah,
man.
back. Now you can't even hook that up to a TV unless you have an old
No,
one.
TVs, man. TVs don't come like that no more, man.
No, it's all HDMI,
Bro, you need HDMI or otherwise it won't work. It won't
or you're
work.
out. And and then you have systems like Retron, who have resurfaced the way you play Atari, so you can play your Atari carts through HDMI. So I guess that makes it easier today.
There you go. I mean,
Yeah,
kind of modernize the retro. It's all
yeah, yeah,
good. I mean, I got nothing wrong with it, honestly. When you modernize, especially old games, old systems that people still want to play to this day. So you take
yeah,
care of that problem. You take care of that problem still. Because sometimes, when they brought out the mini, that was fine. But sometimes you still want to have the original, the original.
yeah,
You still want to be blowing into that cartridge. You still want to, do the. There you go. See, you still want to do all that. Sometimes that takes the fun out of things. Because you now as you remember, like, damn, I remember just trying to doing everything. Get the Q-tip, and
yeah.
I heard that the alcohol in Q-tip, it is so bad for the game for you to be doing
Yeah.
that.
And that because the little fuzz from the Q-tip could get stuck on the little ROM, and if
Yeah,
it goes in there, it could get stuck into the machine.
yeah. So, but hey, we did not give
We
two
didn't know.
cares. We were just like, okay, man, I need my
You
game. Come on, okay. Oh, it's gonna work now.
or
And
your
boom,
spit.
work. Yeah. Oh man,
It was
everybody,
good times.
there were methods to
Yeah,
getting the game to work. Now we don't have that problem, but everybody, all the young people that don't know those problems, man, we
no,
had a method. We had secrets that, oh no, try this, try that, and it was always your buddy there gaming
yeah.
with you that had a different method for it to work.
Or like for the Nintendo, let me pull out a cart real quick. That way you guys are more familiar with it. Some of you guys that are not. Okay, so if you had two of these and your Nintendo wouldn't go all the way down, you stack one in there, and then if the spring wasn't loaded, you stack the other one on
Stack the other
top.
one, dude.
Yeah,
Give it weight.
yeah, and that way you know your game would work for sure. It would be
I'm
stuck.
telling you, man. I'm
Yeah, see,
telling you,
Zelda. Check that
bro.
out.
Just taking it back, man. Zelda was doing this kind of thing, like the cartridge, man. It was just like so nice, so like it
It's
was
still
like,
shiny. Look at that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Oh,
It is still shiny. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you though, it was method to the madness to get
yeah.
the things to work. I remember I had a buddy of mine that, for some odd reason, he had to flip his Nintendo over upside down and it would
Ooh,
work.
that's
Yes,
interesting.
I was like, okay. I was like, okay, so this is how we got to get it to work. But oh man, like looking at it now, it was just like the best of times. Because right now, sometimes
Oh, a lot of little secret too. And if you had one of these dudes and you
oh
played Mega
dude,
Man,
Mega
we used to
Man.
take the channel locks and grip it, that tool, and grip it to the side. And when you fell in the hole, you would never die
Yeah, see
on
what
Mega
I'm
Man.
saying? See, man, we were the hacks, the glitches way
Yeah.
before.
Way before there was no YouTube, there was no internet.
No
You called somebody,
YouTube.
hey, how do you do this?
Hey, how do you do this? Yeah, that was the only way, man. The
Or
little
you figured
glitch.
it out on your own.
Yeah. Hey, you figured it out mistakenly. You just didn't even know
Yeah.
what you were doing. And then you're like, hey, how did I do that? And then you went to go back and try to do it again until you like kind of got it down.
It was like science almost because you had trial and error and you figured it out, and then you're like, oh man. Then you called your buddy, hey dude, check this out. Look what we just did. We got it to work. Don't throw it away.
Oh, look at that. You guys making me feel old as. Hey,
Come on,
only.
Dice. We're all almost 40 here,
Hey,
dude. We're like
bro.
spring chickens.
Hey, if you know what we're talking about, then you were in it.
Yeah.
You were there.
Because like when you couldn't get this to work, sometimes I seen people just go blah blah blah
Oh
blah blah,
yeah.
and then you listen, and you can hear that little rattle, and then you click it in, and it worked, and you're like, no, because you see them hitting it, you're like, wait, don't do that. And they're like, no, hold on, let me try it. I'm like, no, dude, you're gonna break it. They're all, no, trust me, it works all the time.
All the
And I'm
time.
like, all right, and so they did it, and then they just went, and it went in. It was like,
Boom. Cut
how
on
did that
like
work?
nothing. Yes,
Yeah,
and then you adopted that method.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still today, I use some of those methods. Like if my cards sometimes don't work, I'll just give it a little tap like that. Just kind of shake it up, and then shoom, works.
There you go.
For
That's what
some
I'm
reason, I
saying.
don't know why.
It is real out here with the methods to getting cartridges to work. That's how you know we are in that retro, just when we
Yeah,
were there, dealing with this kind of problems. All right, so that's where it started. So with your, with family, look at that,
yeah,
man.
with family, and this is what got me hooked to Mario because I played all the Mario's on the NES, but my aunt really got me hooked on this because when the Super Nintendo came out, it was like the best thing in technology because they had the Super FX chip. They were playing games that nobody else was. They were competing against Sega.
Oh yeah.
So Sega and Super Nintendo were just going head to head. I mean, let me pull out a Sega game. It's not like Sonic, but I mean, Sega and
Yeah.
Super Nintendo were just clashing at it, and
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, they were big back then.
I had both. I had both.
Yeah.
So, and
Yep.
at the time, you didn't think about no console war or nothing like that.
No.
You didn't think that these companies were just like after each other, like the
Yeah.
way they are, like years now that we learned all this stuff. But then, we didn't. It didn't matter to us. Like again, I had both. I had both. I
Yeah.
was heavily on Sega, but I must admit that when the Super Nintendo came out, honestly, the Sega I didn't really touch because Super Nintendo out the gate with
Yeah.
Super Mario World, man,
Dude.
that just that game itself, man. You got Yoshi, then it was just
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Because
man.
it changed the game mechanics. Like it took Yoshi from just a little character in a game on Nintendo
Yup,
to an actual playable character, and then you were able to spin jump, you were able to fly across the
fly
screen,
with
you
him,
were
then
able to do stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do.
you got all the different color Yoshis. Remember in the
Oh
game?
yeah, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
you had all the
Blue,
different color ones.
red,
Yes.
yellow, green.
Uh-huh.
I
And they
miss.
all have special abilities, by the
Yeah,
way. They
yeah.
all have special
The
abilities.
red
Oh
was
man.
fire.
The river's
Then you got
fire.
the blue. You could swallow the shells and fly. The green
Yeah.
is just standard. He kind of does a little bit of everything.
Everything.
Yeah. The yellow, I forgot what the yellow does,
I forgot
honestly.
what the yellow doesn't like a stomping thing, right? Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a
You're right.
stomping thing, right? See, damn, I
See, there
still
you go.
remember.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
And then like just to kind of put it out there, games don't come like this anymore. You
No
don't get the
man,
business card. They come in a nice case like this, but you don't get like a full
dude.
blown,
I used
literal, colorful
yes
manual.
the manual, man,
You don't
bro.
get that anymore.
And that's one thing I did like about Sega that the Super Nintendo weren't doing, because Super Nintendo will give you the box, just like a cardboard
Yes.
box.
Yep. Just the box.
Now, some of the games used to come with posters, man,
Yeah.
like the maps. Oh man, that was the best, dude. When you had a game, you opened it, you had the business card, you had the manual, and
Yeah.
they used to, give you a nice little package, man. A nice
Sometimes
package.
stickers if you were lucky.
Yes,
Yeah.
stickers, depending on the game and what company was making it. But man, that's where Sega. I did like Sega because Sega gave you that, because you got your cartridge. You didn't want to have them everywhere, so what did you do? Put it back inside the box.
Bang.
Boom. Yeah,
You saved it.
that was the good thing with Sega. That was the good thing with Sega.
Or if your friend had something that you didn't, you guys were like, okay, you want this and I want this. Let's just trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it happened.
And then so with the Super Nintendo, this game actually really stuck with me because my aunt, when I was I'd say about 10, she passed away of cancer, and she's the one that introduced me to this game. And to this day, this is my number one top favorite retro game because everybody like would get together at my aunt's house and we'd play it. I mean, the adults, I wasn't dumb as a kid. I would know what the adults would do. They would be partying it up, and then they
Yeah.
bust out the games. So they'd be like, the
Hey,
adults had the party, the kids had the video games.
there
So
you go.
we didn't say nothing. We just did our thing. They did their thing, and then sometimes if the adults were a little toasty, they'd come over there and play games with us and try to beat us, and it was fun. Even though knowing as an adult now, I'm like, yeah, whatever. They were having fun. We were having fun, right?
Yeah, Trouble
And
just
then,
hit us up. Hey everyone, but for the time, Sega ruled. Yeah, it did. Like
yeah, oh
it
yeah,
had its time, man. It did. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Sonic and the
yeah,
plumber were going at it.
head to head. And
Yeah.
to be honest, Sega had stuff like Vector Man that was literally like, I still today would put that up against some of the new modern platformers because it was so ahead of its time. The only problem with Sega was that they were mismanaged. So if they had a better
Yes,
management company, it would have exploded.
it would still be relevant, like
Yeah.
Nintendo would be. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
just like it would still be here the way it was.
The way it
You know,
should be.
yes, the way it should be.
And
But
what's cool about Sega now is they've reinvented themselves, and now they're on Nintendo's system. You would have never seen that if they were two companies.
nah,
So now,
no.
like they're kind of intermingling with Nintendo and I think PlayStation for some
For
of the
some
games,
games,
and
yeah,
so they have
yeah.
their own software. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Oh yeah.
cool.
So it's pretty cool that Sega, even though Sega is not what it used to be, Sega is still alive. It's still
Oh yeah, for
somehow,
sure.
some way in our gaming community, in the gaming game. So it's always good to see. Okay, so Super Nintendo. So we go to Super. It. That's where it really kicked off for you, right?
Really.
On the Super Nintendo. So what other games besides Super Mario World did it for you on the Super NES?
I think if there's any that I really had to pick from, and I know it's a part of the Super Mario franchise, but it's also part of Square Enix. It was Super Mario RPG,
Oh,
and
I
oh
knew you were
man,
going there.
yeah, you knew. It's
Oh
because
my
it was different.
god.
It wasn't your typical Mario Bowser. It
No.
introduced a whole slew of new characters, new enemies. I mean, like Smithy and the gang took over the castle. So now you're using Bowser as a playable character.
Yes.
You were like,
Bowser's on your team.
yeah. And
Yes.
so you're like, what is what? Besides, Mario Kart, but I mean, in an actual game setting, everybody was like, wait a second.
Uh
Bowser is fighting with you to get his castle back. What is
huh.
this?
Yes. It was a dude that's to this day is one of my favorite games, Mario
Yeah,
RPG. And I'm just like, dude, just playing that again, experiencing that you could have Bowser on your side, and it gave you a different look of Mario. Just the way the mechanics were in that game,
yeah,
totally different from any other Mario game at that time. It was just different. It was different RPG style, the different move sets, the potions. It was
yeah. It was cool.
everything. It was good, man. It was good. And just fast forwarding now, it's just like we need that. Y'all need to make another one.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, well, no, they've had Mario RPGs since then. I'm like, no, no, no. They
No,
haven't had a proper sequel to
no,
Mario
not to that.
RPG.
They haven't.
Yeah,
Nothing like that.
yeah.
Nothing like
Because it
that.
had Gino, it had the Smithy gang, it had the Stars, Bowser
The
on your team.
Stars,
It was all
Bowser.
one package deal. Even if they made it just like they did the first one, oh, that'd be hype. Because it
Oh
would be
yeah.
just nostalgic, just like that.
Yeah, because imagine think you had Peach, Bowser. You can mix them. They can be all in one
Yeah.
team.
And then you could level them all up. And then
Imagine
you
what
had,
they can do right now with the characters they got right now to make
yeah,
another Mario RPG. Dude, you would have Wario. Oh man, how Luigi? Like, man.
dude.
That's what
And
I'm
especially
saying.
Gino.
Gino,
Gino.
that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, that would be so good, man, with all the characters we got right now.
Square just needs to give up Gino and collaborate with Nintendo again because I mean they've released some of their games on the Switch, so why not collaborate and do that
Collaborate
game again?
and do a proper Mario RPG the way
Yeah,
it needs to be.
bring back Gino, bring
Come on,
back
come on, we need that.
yeah,
Bring
come
it,
on Nintendo,
bring
if
it.
you're listening, we need that in our lives.
I'm like, y'all like money, right? Oh man, y'all make
Yeah, come
that.
on, that would make some money.
Yes, 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 that would.
And then another game that really did it franchise is Donkey Kong.
Oh, bro.
I had been playing Donkey Kong since it came out in the arcades, like the OG
Oh,
Donkey
gee,
Kong.
when he was a villain, right? When he was a
Yeah,
villain.
yeah, because Donkey Kong and him didn't always get along like that.
No, no, that's what I'm like. Not too many people know that. Like I said, nah. If y'all do your history, man, Donkey Kong was like he was a character, not as popular, but he was a villain. So
Yeah,
naturally, he didn't. Most of the people didn't like him. They didn't like him. He
no.
was just throwing barrels. Come on, he's trying to knock you out, dude.
And as it progresses, even though there's like two or three levels and it keeps going, it keeps getting faster, so it gets the
Oh yeah,
difficulties keep getting harder.
that challenge. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And when Donkey Kong came out, you just saw something about the graphics that you were just like, and the music, the soundtrack
Mm,
to Donkey Kong. I could listen to that literally right now by itself and just
yes.
sit there and chill and bring out a pad of paper and just sit there and draw and chill or maybe fall asleep even. Like
Uh,
chill at night, just put some
Oh
headphones
yeah,
on and
if you're gonna fall asleep, everybody, you have problems sleeping. Pull up Donkey Kong Country water level music
yes,
and damn, yeah, it's just like a scene, just
yes,
like it's just so relaxing. And again, today, if you ask any retro old head gamer and they know Donkey Kong Country, man, they're gonna automatically, like, again, like you brought it up, the music is
Yes.
just so good, man. And just to think, everybody, if made they made it fit all of that classic game, good story, music on a cartridge. It fit all
And
of
it,
that.
it literally pushed the FX chip. And a lot of people
Mhm.
don't understand that when they emulate those games, it's really not the same because of the FX chip. Really had a lot to do with the cartridge and the
Mm.
FX chip working together, and it was real super smooth.
Oh yeah. So I mean, again, that's an instant classic, Donkey Kong Country for sure. So.
Yeah, it was good. And when you got the sequels, it just kept on adding to it and adding
Hmm.
to it. More enemies, more of a Donkey Kong family now.
Oh
You
yeah.
had extra characters to play with, and in one of them, you're
Dixie.
actually rescuing Donkey
Yeah,
Kong.
I like that. I like the way they
Yeah,
flipped it, where you had to be Diddy and Dixie, right? You had to
yeah,
be,
Dixie Kong. Yeah,
yeah, you had to be them. And dude, it was a flip because Donkey Kong, you had to go rescue him, so it was good. It was real good, man.
and when you saw it and Donkey Kong wasn't on there, you were like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Some people played just with Donkey Kong, and they're like, oh, what do I do? I'm like, no, use Dixie Kong. Man, she'll fly you all the way across the screen.
yeah, man. Do that hair
Yeah,
head action, just
and it was
damn, dude.
good.
Yeah, it was real good, man. Okay, so Super Nintendo. What happens after Super Nintendo? Where do you go?
Man, in the middle of all that was in the 80s and 90s were all about the arcades.
Oh, bro, I
That
missed that
was cool.
time.
You grab your quarters when we used to go to laundromats because my stepmom was a gamer too. So when we
Bingo.
go to laundromats, she would have the money for the laundry, and she literally set back money for us to go play the arcades. So she's
Oh yeah,
like, "This is for the arcades. This is for the laundry.
this is for
You
the
guys go have
laundry.
fun." And so you get over there, the arcades are right there, and then there's just something about that quarter. You place your quarter on that machine,
Oh
and
man,
that indicated that you were next.
you were next. You when you put it on top or on the
Yeah,
bottom, hey, I
yeah,
got next. That was you are next. So, man, I think at that time, laundry mats, kids didn't really want to go, but when you knew they had arcades, oh man,
yeah.
let's go. Let's go to the laundry. I'm down because, dude, you knew, man, you were gonna go play some arcades. And I think there's no arcade that hit so hard than
Yeah.
when it was Street Fighter. When Street Fighter,
Oh man.
dude,
Ooh, Street Fighter was
that
on.
dude, I'm telling you, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Street Fighter, when Street Fighter hit the scene,
Oh,
every laundromat, every just bodega, every just anything that had that game, my God, you had a line. Kids were just there. Street Fighter. Just
yeah, like literally, you would go to a convenience store. They'd
yes.
have like two different versions of Street Fighter. Some of them, and
Uh-huh.
even in like even the like the not so I would say poverty areas,
Uh-huh.
you'd still see the Street Fighter arcade in there,
Yep.
and they'd be kind of regulating everybody in line, and all the kids would still line up. That was what you did because if some of the people, just being honest, even growing up, sometimes we didn't have a game console. We would go to the arcade, so that was our go-to,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we'd go there and line up. It was just that anticipation where you were ready, and so you're ready for the next challenge, or even if it was somebody you didn't know, you guys always had a common ground, and you
Oh
would
yeah.
talk, even if it was smack talking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how
You'd be
it's,
smack talking when it came to Street Fighter. Even the girls, some of those girls playing were just
no,
awesome. And then
that's
you'd be all shamefully walking away because back then female gamers weren't as out as they are now. So
no.
when you seen a girl at the machine and you're like, oh come on, I could beat her. She's a
Oh
girl.
yeah, she's a girl. I'm gonna beat
Yeah,
her
you
right
can beat
now.
her.
Oh, it's like, what is
And
she
then you get
doing?
smoked. Your pride got beaten down, and you were just like, you had to go way to the back of the line.
you
And
know
then
that.
she might have been that girl that beat all the boys.
Yup. And that's where the appreciation for the women that actually know how to play,
Yes.
they're about that comes in because
Yeah.
everybody back then, it wasn't like it was like an odd thing watching female gamers, like just approaching the
Yes.
arcade because it was like male dominated. So
Yeah.
for a woman to go, a girl play, oh man, it was something else. Because you would expect them to be playing like Pac-Man, not
Oh
Street
yeah.
Fighter.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think Street Fighter, but no, that's what I'm saying. So big appreciation to all those retro ladies out there that you got,
Yeah.
that back then it wasn't as popular as it is right now as far as women playing. So big ups
I
to
feel
that.
like the ladies back then paid a price for the ladies now.
Yes. Oh
They
yeah.
were the ones that actually set the tone during the
Mm-hmm.
80s and the 90s and pushed through. Kind of like in the 80s and 90s, a lot of women, even just in working and shopping and stuff, like everything that they do, they push through. And even in the gaming industry, the women actually started working in the gaming field for the gaming companies, and they were actually rising to the top, pushing through that whole stigma of women can't game.
Oh yeah.
They went in there and changed the face of companies, because a lot of women are really good at business. Excuse me. A lot of women are really good at business, so they go in and change
Yeah.
this, marketing that, pushing them
Market this.
forward. And if
Yeah.
Sega would have had some women on their team, I believe it would have changed some things. They were mostly male dominated in Sega. So if they would have had a lot more
In,
females on their team, like Nintendo had, other companies have, I believe SNK, anybody that was smart, Miss Pac Man took the
yeah.
next
Yeah.
generation of Pac Man.
And because that gave, like, they wanted more females to play, so that's the
Yeah.
reason Miss Pac-Man came to be, was to play that. So Joe the bro,
Yeah, and
what's
it was
good,
cool.
brother?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Joe the Bro. He's a good friend of mine. How
there
you
you
doing,
go,
Joe?
man. Showing some love right
Yeah.
there, Joe the bro. And
And then
and for
so, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, for sure. And we got the guy right here saying, and Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal
Oh
Kombat,
yeah.
dude. For starters, Mortal Kombat took a lot of heat.
Oh,
Took
because a
a
lot of people
ton
were
of heat.
picketing and they were like, "Oh,
Oh my
violence and
god.
blood!" And
Everybody, y'all don't know what it was like to play Mortal Kombat back then, because they tried so hard to
yeah.
ban that game. Just like, oh my
Oh
god, they
yeah.
tried so hard to ban the game. And my god, it was one of those things where even like you had to sneak away to play Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It was
A
like
lot of
that.
the and I say this because I'm a Christian, but a lot of churches and organizations like that tried to actually work together with local government organizations
Yes.
behind the scenes to get all of that. They didn't care about Street Fighter. That was violent too, but it didn't have the
No,
blood and
it
the
didn't have the
guts and the gore.
fatalities. It didn't have
Yeah.
the.
And
Oh
so they tried to
man,
work together behind the scenes
dude,
to get that game shut down.
just think about that. Just think about it. Imagine, everybody, if they actually banned that. To this day, you would never experience that. Get over here, like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
especially now that you can play it on the Switch again and you got it on PC as
yeah,
well. And you got all that the graphics, and so when they're twisting those chains and the dragon goes through the body, it's like
yeah, yeah. Oh man,
that's gruesome.
but just everybody, just think about that though. At the time, man, Mortal Kombat was just totally different from Street Fighter. But man, was it so much fun, like playing the two games. And yeah, yeah. Juan, glad they never banned it. That is true.
Oh man, true
They,
story.
glad they never
It's
banned it, because you had two different styles. Like you could either go fight the Street Fighter style or go to Mortal Kombat, and then it was two different games, fighting games, no, nonetheless, but two different games.
yeah, yeah. And you had your pick, because then in your little mind you're thinking, what if they took and they mixed Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat together? What kind of a game would that be? You're thinking, and your friends are like, "Oh, that'll never happen."
That never happened,
I don't
and
even think that has ever happened, right? I've
no.
never seen any kind of
There's a
crossover.
bunch. There's a bunch of stuff that people put together, and
Yeah, developers. Yeah.
developers that put it together, but never actually made it like an official game. Now, another arcade, since we're on arcades, was Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah, Killer Instinct.
Ultra
Yeah.
Combo. Oh, bro,
When you seen that, your eyes were just like,
dude.
"What is
Yes,
this?"
the combos.
and
Oh
and
my
the way they just
goodness.
went.
Oh, dude. Again. It's
Was
just
that
like,
guy's name Saberwolf that was on
yeah,
there?
Saberwolf,
He was a beast.
Jacob. Remember,
Yeah,
it was like, dude. I think at that time, man, the fighting arcade games was mm, just on
yeah, and it
top
was
of the
super cool
world,
because
dude. The fighting arcade games was just, oh my god, it was crazy. Because remember, look, I think recently I just now remember we had Virtual Fighter. Remember we had Virtual Fighter.
oh yeah, that was on the
Remember?
Sega 32X.
Yeah, Sega 32, Sega Saturn, but we had
Yeah,
Virtual Fighter, man.
and that again was another game that was way ahead of its time because they had the triple stack 32X. So
Oh
you,
yeah, to get it to where you
I have
had.
one of those. It's in a box, but I have like the whole stack. And when I plugged it all in, I was like, "What am I thinking, man? This is
Oh
the
man,
triple. It's cool to have, but like when you're stacking it up, trying to
got that
play it, you're
tower.
like,
You got a nice little
yeah,
tower
the
going.
Tower of Power."
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
The graphics
And
were good though. I mean, because they were pushing the Sega's limits,
oh
and then when
yeah,
they hit the Sega Saturn, it was over because they already developed a system with the disc. You put it in,
this.
and it was good. You didn't have to triple stack the Tower of Power
You
anymore.
didn't have to do. You didn't have to play like they were playing Jenga or something. Like
Yeah,
just
you were
like
just
just
like, wait,
taking
gotta
stuff
balance it
off.
up. And somebody bumps it, you're like,
Oh, that!
no.
Oh my God! Okay, yeah. You know what? That was the worst. I'm pretty sure that every gamer has ever, back then, because I don't know about it happening now, but back
Yeah.
then, sometimes you will be playing and either a sibling of yours, a cousin, or
Yep.
friend will
Yep.
accidentally hit the console, and oh
Oh.
my God!
Or the controller would yank out, and you're
Yeah.
just like, some of the games, if you plugged it in, it still wouldn't work. And your guy's just sitting there, you're like, no, no. Poof. Your last
Dude,
man, you're gone. You're like,
look, I'm like, why
no.
does that happen at the worst time when you got so much progress,
Yeah.
and either you didn't save it and you had to start all
All
over.
over.
Oh my God.
Especially on games like Super Mario World, you get so far and you only had certain save points. And if you didn't
Yes.
save and you didn't have Luigi where you can trade the lives back and forth, and you were dust if somebody came and knocked it over.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
Young
and
gamers, you guys do not know the struggles of
no.
when you have somebody accidentally tap the console and it just goes blank.
See, like the console gamers now, even if their hard drive breaks, they've purchased a digital copy.
Yeah.
So all else fails, they can always go back to the game.
They can always go
These,
back.
once these go out,
Oh, that was
it's
it.
done.
That was
That was
it.
it. You
So
were just like, my game's not working anymore. Why don't I have the Nintendo screwdriver? What do I do?
yeah, yeah. And it was one of those things where it's like, man, I never seen this kind of screwdriver. Okay, where do I get it? And then it's like, dude, it was like a mystery to how to fix something
Yeah.
like that. It
You
was
had to like
such.
get these little pliers and kind of just make it work yourself and unscrew it.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah.
literally make your own tools. Everybody
Yeah.
like come up, be creative on how to even just open up these cartridges or something. But it was crazy. It
Because
was
Amazon and eBay and all that didn't really get prevalent to the late 90s. So you
yeah,
literally had to order stuff out of catalogs, and Nintendo,
catalogs.
Sega, places like that did not sell the specialized screwdrivers.
Yeah,
It was theirs. They invented it. They made it, and they could do
it's
it.
not
So
like
if
they
you
were
wanted to,
advertising it. It's not
yeah.
like they were advertising it. Hey, you having trouble? Here's the official screwdriver from Nintendo. No, it wasn't that.
No, no.
Yeah.
You had to send in your game, pay the extra for them to fix it. You actually
Yes.
literally sent it in the mail. And so you
Yeah.
had to wait whatever the 2 to 3 weeks was to get it back.
Yeah. 2 to 3 weeks.
And by then you
Sometimes
were
a
just like,
month. Sometimes you had to wait a
oh yeah,
month. Wait a
yeah.
month. Oh,
And it was just like, by then you forgot about it. And when it came in the mail, it was like Christmas. You were like, what is this? Woo!
yeah.
Got my game
Got
back.
your
What's
game
up?
bag. Let's go. Boom. Let's go. Full throttle ahead and let's
Yeah, you
go.
were just, because you forgot, you life presses on, a month goes by. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. It was such a good. Oh my God! It was, man. The
Eh, yeah, and
times have
then
certainly changed.
oh yes, where you can play an arcade in your house now. You don't need to go to
Yes.
arcade. You
Oh
order the
man, but
arcade one up.
like yeah, arcade one ups are such a good thing, but I still to this day will. I'm
Yep.
glad I there's still arcades around, and I'm like, nah, we gotta go. Let's go to the arcade. It's just like you have to
Like
go to an
Six
arcade.
Flags in California, which you're around that area,
Mhm.
not close to, but you have access to going to that. But they have the arcade in there still, so they have the
Oh,
physical machines and they have
nice,
all that, and
nice,
um,
nice.
my wife, because we saw the arcade there, but we were with our extended family, and I was like,
Mhm.
she's all, I know you've seen that, babe. We'll wait till we come back. So we all came back later, just our family, and so us and the kids went in there and just spent like an hour just playing arcade because it's
Oh,
just that nostalgia.
that's good. No, no, yeah, there's nothing like it. Like, since we're talking about arcades, there's that feeling that even like pizza parlors, you go
Oh
play
yeah,
arcades. That was the best time, man, playing arcades. And man, if we're talking arcades, pizza parlors, all that, you gotta be talking about two certain arcades that was always at the pizza parlors. You had the Simpsons
yep.
and you had the Ninja Turtles.
And if you were lucky, you had the X-Men.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. The X Men.
it's always all about the X.
Yeah, dude. But I liked it because when I first glanced at that, I'm like, how many players is that? One, two, three. We can play at the same time.
And it was four.
Yes, it was
And you never
four.
seen that before.
No, never seen an arcade shake like that. I was like,
And it was
damn.
wide, and
Yeah.
you had enough space for you and your friends to play. You didn't feel cramped. It was
You
just
didn't- The
yeah,
only thing you guys were battling is who was gonna play Bart and who was gonna play your favorite
yeah.
Ninja Turtle.
We flipped a coin. Like two people flipped a coin, and then the
Yeah.
other two people flipped a coin. So whoever won that, those two next people flipped a coin to see who was actually going to be. Everybody wanted the skateboard.
Everybody wanted to be Bart. Everybody
Yep.
wanted to be Bart. So it's just one of those things that everybody like you would look like, oh, okay, you better hurry up. He's not playing Bart no more. Hurry up and get in there. So those were the kind of problems we had at the arcades. Deciding trying to get there first to get the character.
And my stepmom was cool because she knew I really liked X-Men comics, things like that, the cards.
Mhm.
So she'd be buying me like the cards, the comics, and then she'd buy me the X-Men figures. So when we went to the arcade, we put the figure on the machine. So Wolverine, Cyclops. So she said, you each get one of your favorite characters. My brother picked, he liked Jubilee. Not sure
Jubilee.
why, but she was cool. And then
Yeah.
it was hard because Cyclops, Wolverine, and so my grandma bought me Wolverine and my stepmom bought me Cyclops. And then my brother got Nightcrawler. So we all took him to
Nightcrawler.
the arcade, set him on the machine, and that was it. We were just like,
That was it because you used to set your tone while you put your
yeah,
figure next to you. You're like, it's like gave you extra motivation, or you thought it
yeah,
helped you out in a way, like you having your figure there.
yeah. And it was like, you're all right, I'm going to play Cyclops. I'm going to win today.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's
and
what I'm talking
and
about.
it was crazy because you literally could not go anywhere, any of the little gas stations or like you said, it's when you walked into that pizza parlor, you smell the pizza, you see the picture of soda, or you knew all of a sudden there was going to be arcade.
Yeah.
Like automatically, none of them I went to never had an arcade. Like we went to, my stepmom would like this place called Ole Frijole. It's not
Uh-huh.
around anymore, but it's older Mexican
Mhm.
food place, and we would go there, and they'd always be having. They had it was I believe Defender and
Uh-huh.
X Men, just two machines,
That's it.
but the
That's how
X
you
Men in
needed
that
it.
one. But we would look forward to that because we had to go
Yes.
from we had to travel like 30 miles out of town because that was our favorite restaurant. So we'd go there and eat, and we look forward to it. She goes, "Don't forget your toys." She would tell us
Yeah.
the
See.
toys, and then she's picked up the roll of quarters. She goes, "This is for you." We didn't have to share $5. She would get $5 from my
Get that
brother
little roll
and
of
$5.
quarters.
Yeah, that roll.
Like, bam! There you
And you
go.
put it in like a little plastic bag. It was different. It didn't seem like
Yes.
it didn't seem
Yes.
like the whole $5. You start, oh, it looks just like a little bag of coins.
Bag
So
of
you put it
quarters.
in that coin roll. You were just like, all right, $5, let's
Let's
go.
go. Yeah. Oh my God, man. Just those
And
times.
just the nostalgia of just knocking that quarter up there. When we went to the arcade at Six Flags, my wife saw me put the quarter up. She goes, "Babe, there's nobody here." I'm like, "Still, I
Hey,
just want to
no, you
do it.
don't understand. You
I
gotta
just
do
want to do
that.
it."
You still gotta do it, man. You still
Did you
gotta
have to
do
put
it.
that quarter up there, and you're just like, "Nah, it's just for nostalgic reasons." And I just put the quarter up there, and I took a picture with my hand. I was all done. But it was cool. You could go anywhere, and there was that arcade. Sometimes they're still there, but they're not. It's not the same, I guess, as it was in the '90s, in the early
Nah, man.
2000s and
It's
'80s.
it's it's, it's definitely not the same. So, all right. So we got some of the retro stuff from your
Okay,
history. Okay, we're gonna fast forward it. What do you think is missing from today that we need? What do you think? What do you think is missing?
man,
What do you think is missing?
I think that a lot of things are going digital,
Yeah. Yep.
and I think that what we're really missing, excuse me, what we're really missing is Nintendo integrating with PC. Xbox is Microsoft, but they kind of integrated their games to the PC. Now, if Nintendo worked with even having their own app on the computer,
Yeah.
going through on your Nintendo account, making the game's controller, most of them have good controller support. You can use
Yeah.
a pro controller. And so, I believe if Nintendo made their games PC based to where you didn't have to hook up like an Elgato or any kind of capture device to actually play it on your computer. I kind of do that sometimes because I want to get the feel of having the Nintendo on the computer. It sounds
Yeah.
weird, but I'm
No.
really wanting
Yeah.
that to happen.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what we're missing because PC has an extensive library, Xbox has an extensive library. And if PlayStation did the same thing and you didn't have to emulate the PlayStation on the computer
Mhm.
and they had their own services, I think PC, Nintendo, Xbox, PS4, or now PS5 would totally be a hub. Or if Nintendo created their own PC with their own games, imagine
Yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
could do a lot more
Damn.
because they're already using NVIDIA support on their machines. So they
Oh
already
yeah.
have the support from NVIDIA.
They
So if
got
they took
support. They can
that,
do it.
yeah,
They can definitely do that. They can
yeah.
definitely
So
do that.
I think that's the missing piece to the puzzle, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and but you see it, the transition slowly happening because now, okay, PC game. There's a whole lot of PC gamers now. There's just
Oh
like
yeah,
it's just like so many. So different backgrounds. They still want to play some of the games. Like I see PlayStation already slowly making that transition. Like okay, we're gonna release some of our games for PC.
yeah,
Xbox
and
Xbox
yeah.
been doing that, but I that's where it's needed. Some of the Nintendo stuff on PC be able to play it, be at least to be able to play it. So
Or even if they merged with somebody like Epic Games,
mhm.
and they had because some of the games, like you said, on PC are available on the Nintendo Switch, so you see that already, but
Yeah,
you see people porting them over to the Nintendo, but
but
you don't see Nintendo going back and porting it over
sitting,
to them.
they're like Epic. Okay, we're gonna let you have your game. I said, but hey, why
Yeah,
don't you send us a game over here too? Why don't you just like so people
yeah,
can
because
play it?
they're doing spots of stuff like Square Enix. They're doing the revamp of Final Fantasy VII. I'm not sure
Yep.
when that's coming out on the Switch, but it's supposed to be soon.
Hmm.
And so you see, like even Final Fantasy VII, the old one, is available on the Nintendo Switch. And Kingdom Hearts, Melody of Memories. Have you played that before?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so you see spots of
Yeah.
things starting to come, but where's Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch? Like legit. I mean, Nintendo just needs to just harmoniously work together and be like, all right, let's give back a little bit.
I think we're heading. I think there's gonna be a time and place where it's just like okay, let's at least let's just bring not everything, but we're gonna bring some of this stuff
So
together. Some of it, some of it,
like it
and then
doesn't have to start with Mario. Just
No,
start with something.
like, yeah, y'all want to keep Mario? That's fine.
Yeah, keep your
We
IP.
we we know that's Nintendo for life.
Yeah,
That's just there, But if you can bring other stuff in, just saying, it could be a new game, but as
yeah,
long as everybody can play it, because sometimes what is the thing? Well, I want to play a game. Oh, but it's only PlayStation exclusive. Oh, it's only Xbox exclusive. Oh,
yeah,
it's only
yeah.
this. It's only that. It's like and sometimes, I mean, what are you gonna do? Buy a whole console to play that one game?
One.
Yes,
And that's what's hard is there's a lot of PS4 exclusives, and people are like, "Oh, you want to play with me?" I'm like, I invested all this money into my PC and Nintendo Switch, so I'm not gonna buy.
I
No offense,
know.
it's a great system,
Oh yeah,
but I'm not gonna pay that almighty dollar for another system for one game.
for
And how
one
long am I going to
game.
play that game for?
That's what I'm saying. So
Who
it's got to
knows?
be one heck of a game. It's got
Yeah.
to be one heck of a game
Oh yeah.
for me to do that. But man, that's what we need, though. It's just like, if you're gonna make something new, hey, make it playable for everybody. Why not? And you're still gonna have your people that want to play it on console, PC, Switch,
Yeah.
whatever. It's all good. Make it work. Make it work, everybody. All right.
Or even if they took Mario Kart, just one piece of the franchise, and just squeezed it on across all four. Just one thing. One thing.
Imagine if we can all play that multiplayer. If we can all play that.
Yes.
Oh
And you
my
didn't have to buy
god.
the Switch if you had a PlayStation.
That's right. Like, imagine that, man. We could all play Mario Kart. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Don't give us Mario Kart. Just give us Diddy Kong Racing. We'll take Diddy Kong
Dude.
Racing.
Boom. That's
Yes.
what we need in our life. I still love that game.
Oh man. We're gonna back a little bit up. Nintendo 64, Rumble
Yeah.
Pack, Diddy Kong Racing. Come on.
What they need to do is, when you know how they have the virtual consoles on the Switch,
Yeah.
slap that N64 virtual console.
Oh, dude.
Because I mean, you saw that with the Super Mario 3D All Stars that they can put 64 titles on there. So, and Donkey Kong belongs to them. So what's stopping
man,
them?
come on, let's do it.
We need that right there.
Oh,
Even the little guy on the carpet.
I need my golden eye. I need that.
Yeah.
I need
Oh,
my
yeah.
golden eye, man. I need
That
that.
was it right there, because you had 4 players on a first-person shooter on a Nintendo
Yeah.
system.
Hey, I remember playing that before, and they were like, "Man, you better not watch my screen.
Yeah.
Don't screen well. You better not watch my screen."
And then when you look, your friends would be slapping you. Hey, look over there. My
Look
buddy's
over
right there on the
there.
TV.
Oh man, everybody! If y'all don't know the struggles of playing in one TV to 4 players,
Yeah.
and it was all split. Oh my god!
And you had one little box to
yes,
look
so in
into.
reality, you didn't have the full screen. You just had this
No.
little.
And your friends will get mad at you. Keep your
But
eye on your screen.
hey, but again, we did not complain. We were
Oh,
just
no.
so focused on the game. Oh,
Yeah.
good times.
Had the
Oh,
storyline,
my
it had the
God.
game. And that's
Yeah.
where you actually got together with your friends. The
Yeah.
consoles were there. And now it's cool because you have the ability to, like us, what we're doing now,
Oh yeah.
virtual.
Like, I mean, like I said, I can't knock technology. I can't knock it.
No.
I just, would like to see more of a retro feel to it. And that's what I told my son. I said, man, I said, if you knew what it was like then, just basic stuff. I said, oh my God, it's just so different. You got an appreciation for gaming on a whole new level, and I mean, the young kids, can't help it because they were not born in that era. But
No.
we were.
Yeah.
So it's just like, believe me when I tell you. Sometimes I tell myself, man, you don't know the struggles and the happiness is that it was back then.
I was playing with my kids once, and they had a cartridges in there, and so we got pretty far into it, and I went and like this on the cartridge, and it froze the game. Like, Dad, what are you doing? Now you know the struggle. Game's over.
Game over.
I can't get my stuff back. I'm like, that's the struggle when we were growing up. So you guys never understood till I went like this and bumped the thing, and the whole screen just froze, and they're like, what are you doing? Good thing I played it on it was on my Retron 5, so it saved my game. But
you saved it.
but they're all, hey, how do we get that back? I'm like, it's all right, we'll just restart it. And and it came back where we were at. And I said, back then, you didn't have
Wow,
that.
you
We
didn't have
played the
that.
Sega, and I did that. My OG Sega. And I did that. We were playing. We were like three worlds into Sonic, and I just went poop. My daughter
Yeah,
goes, Dad,
yeah.
we just lost all of our progress. I'm like, yeah. When we were kids, our cousins would come through running in the room,
Running in a
not paying
room,
attention.
certain moves that will move the
Yeah.
console and certain movement and
Or if they barely jarred the controller, some of them, it just nipped one of those wires loose, and it was like you were done. And you
you were
didn't have
done.
that controller, and you were like, you had to order them. If you were lucky, they were in stock, like at Walmart. They didn't have
Yeah.
GameStop or a lot of
No.
Targets, Walmarts, things like that. They had some places only had Walmart. If you were lucky, you had to
Yep.
go to the next town,
Next town or just
or you ordered
Toys
it
R
from a
Us. Toys R Us.
Toys R Us. Oh yeah, that was a
Toys R Us.
big place to go.
Yeah,
You paid a
Toys R
little
Us.
bit more, but you
Yeah,
got what you wanted.
yeah. Toys R Us. So man. All right. So modernizing everything. What are you currently playing? Like this that's new right now.
Ooh, man, there's so many games that are hitting me in the face that I play everything, but on the Switch right now, you're gonna think it's funny, but I think right now I'm playing Animal Crossing. It's
Nice.
because it
Hey,
unites our family together. Like we
it's
all
all
play
good.
together. And
Nice.
but if I'm gonna have to play something like online, I actually refired Kingdom Hearts 2.
Nice. Oh, you
Yeah,
went to
because they had
okay.
it for the PC. It's remastered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice,
And
nice,
I
nice.
tried doing shooter games, and for me, I played a lot of those on PC when I was in my 20s. Not to
Uh-huh.
knock any of them because they're so awesome. Warframe, Fortnite, things like that are cool because they unite everybody together, and you can play online, and it's super fun.
Hmm.
So cross-platform games. Oh, okay, cool. And it's super fun. And I think right now also I've gotten pretty weirdly got heavy into uh, mobile.
Oh yeah.
Mobile gaming is where it's at. When I was a
Yeah.
kid and they had the Game Boy, I always talked about that. I was like, man, what if they had a radio? What if they had a TV? What if they had a video game and you can carry it around in your pocket? And my friends told me, that'll never happen. You're crazy. And so what happened? The year 2000 rolled around. You saw a little bit of phones rolling around. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, a few years later, smartphones started hitting the scene. And then you had stuff like your tablets started hitting the
Tablets.
scene, and you can game on there,
You can
and you could
game.
actually online game play with people,
Yeah. No,
and
yeah.
it's
It is more mobile than anything now. And matter of fact,
yeah.
I know gamers that never game started on mobile, and it just opened up the whole world to everything. It was
And
just
honestly, there's people that I know that stream just mobile games,
yes. Oh yeah.
and they don't have it hooked up to a computer. They
Nothing.
literally stream
Stream
right
it off.
there in their
Yes.
hand, and
Yes.
they get all these views, and it's just
Oh,
crazy.
it's a good time, no doubt.
It's
It's
a
a
good
good
time.
time. It is a good time to be a gamer because again, if maybe you don't have the money right now to get your console, get your PC. I said if you got your phone, you could still game. You can still do it. You can still do it.
No matter
So
what model of phone you have, iPhone, Android, even the
mhm.
lowest model Android
It'll
iPhone,
support. It'll
it'll still
support.
support.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll
And you can
support.
still
So
game like, and even if you want to go OG, you got that Pac-Man right there.
yeah,
And if you want to go modern, I mean, even Sega, they have
yeah,
like their classic games on there.
yes, they do. And
And
I know Mario even came up with a like own game, right?
yeah, it's right here. Let me see and pull it up. Yeah, they have the Mario. You can't really see it, but it's Mario Kart Tour, Mario Run. They have
Mario
Doctor
Run.
Mario World. They
Yeah,
have actually
yeah.
Animal Crossing Pocket
See,
Camp. And even if you want to get fancy a little bit, it's people don't like it, but I think it's cool. You have the Nintendo Switch Online app, so when you're gaming with
mhm.
people, you can talk to them. Which I
There you go.
wish Nintendo, if you're listening, put that on your Switch.
Put it on the Switch. Yes.
Put that little app on your Switch. It doesn't take much. You just
it
throw it
it
on
don't
there.
throw it on there. Give the people ability to talk, to join
They have the
parties.
headphone
Come
support.
on.
It's all
Yes.
right there. They just
All
need
right.
the that from there to there. I'm like, that's the only thing that puzzles me. I'm on Nintendo. Let's go. Come
Yes.
on, you got this.
I think I mean, they figure people are still gonna buy it. We're gonna put it out on the Switch Pro or whatever.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
so, but still, man, I got frustrated. I'm like, man, dude, come on, just two simple features. Ability to have people join your party. Talk or game or whatever. Nintendo, come on, man. Every
Yeah, they
platform has
finally
it.
did that with Mario Party. They
Yeah.
finally, 3 years later, finally made an
3 years later, they
update.
did
You were just like,
it.
Nintendo, man.
There we go.
There
See,
we
well,
go. We got
that
something.
was.
Now we can call up somebody. We don't have to invite them over because some people we know, because of the COVID that happened, they couldn't go anywhere. So some games were kind of limited to where you could game. And then now people are just like, oh, I'm going to replay Mario Party. Now I could call somebody. Hey,
Hmm.
let's play
Yeah,
together online. Now let's see who's really good.
yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
And then like one thing that's trippy about PC gaming is they have stuff for like Roblox.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
a big thing right now. I don't play it, but my kids do. And it's not just one game, it's a hub for
Oh yeah.
thousands of games.
Oh my God.
It's a whole online server, and it's like we've bought our kids games for the Switch, we've got them games for the PC, and they always go back to that
Back
Roblox. It's
Roblox.
because it has you can actually buy paid games in there.
See, I
So it's
mean,
like you have a virtual console.
I
'Cause
mean,
yeah, it's
it,
crazy.
it it's good because again, gaming can literally be for all levels, all ages.
Yes.
That's where it's at. You don't. Just depending on how the parent is, you definitely don't want to have him play. Introduce him to Call of Duty right out the gate or
Oh yeah, yeah,
GTA
yeah.
or none of that. So that's what I'm saying. I like that it's like levels to it. That where like, okay, you know what, you can game, but we're gonna start here, and
Yeah.
boom, it's perfect. It's perfect, for the
Because
age
my
and
son's
everything.
6, and one time I was streaming Mortal Kombat, and he came and he goes, "Oh, Dad, that's one of those blood games." And he's all, "You shouldn't be playing that."
There you go. See,
I'm sorry, just over there. And so we went to his Roblox and played, and I saw him like just peeking over with his eye.
peeking over like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So what is it? He's all, "Dad, turn that off."
Oh man, but brother, oh my God, I swear that we can just dive into all kinds of stuff
Oh
because
yeah.
we are from that same era, man. We can dive into retro, modern, and it works.
And
So,
what was cool in about between 91 and 93, Microsoft was coming along. And
mhm.
if you had a computer in your house, it was a big deal because they were super expensive
Oh
back then.
yeah, oh yeah,
They weren't like they are now, where you could just go buy a dime a dozen. I mean, even if you just want to just like have a regular computer, they're like $300 or $400. And if you want to get fancy, you can pay a good couple thousand, dump into it or whatever you want. But like, I remember my friend having a computer, and I got to play Doom
oh
and Duke
yeah,
Nukem on
yeah.
the
That
PC.
that is the only place you used to be able to play Doom was
Yeah,
on PC. It was on
and
PC.
it was like first person view, so you never seen that before. And
No,
the enemies
no.
were like deep, 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 and like you could see it. It was all
Blocks. There were blocks.
structured great, but it was blocked. And so when they killed you, you saw the blood. Notorious Irish Gaming, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Another good friend of mine.
There you go.
and
No, no, I appreciate it.
so you see the blood off the character, but it wouldn't look like blood. Where Mortal Kombat was coming, and you could see that.
Oh, you can
So
see.
those games like
You
Duke
knew.
Nukem and Doom didn't take the heat. Mortal Kombat did.
Uh huh.
And then when Doom and Duke Nukem came out for the N64, it was like your whole childhood dreams. You're just like, what
Yeah.
is this? And then you had to
Uh-huh.
capture the babes.
Yeah.
You had to save the
Yeah.
babes.
Yeah. Capture the
You were
face.
just like, save the babes. What is this?
Save the
And you
face.
get in there and you save the babes, and you're like, wow, this is cool. And it
It's
was
pretty
like
cool.
borderline, like risque on some parts,
Oh
but it
yeah. Yeah.
wasn't. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like not child friendly, but it wasn't adult friendly at the same time. So you were
They
just
played
like,
with those
you were all,
lines. They
"Oh,
played.
should I be playing this? Is this okay?" I'm all, you're
Yeah.
looking, "Where's my mom at? Where's my mom friend at? Am I should be
Yeah.
playing this?"
You better
The
not see
mom's
me
friend
get
would
through this
have it.
level. I'm trying to get through this level real quick right
Yeah, I'm all, save the babe real quick. Boom. And then like one of the ones you clip up the picture showing, you're like, oh, what is that?
now.
Shut it, shut it, shut it. My
Shut
mom's
it, shut
coming.
it, shut it.
It's just
Oh,
so
boy.
interesting, like the way things are
Bro, it is.
developing, man.
So,
And
There you go, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Good,
it
good
it's
talk.
just a good day to be a gamer, in my
It
opinion.
is, it is, it is. Especially like I said, since we're from that retro era,
Yeah,
we done seen the beginning and
yeah.
how it got started to where we at right now. So
And I
it's a
always
good
tell my
time.
kids, because my kids each have a computer because that's just what we game on, the computer and the Switch.
Hmm.
And I tell them, I said, you guys will truly never understand the struggle of what the other gamers paid to be here. So, because you guys get everything wrapped up
Yeah,
in one machine, we had to just piece play it like Game Boys. If your
yeah,
friend had a Game Boy, okay, cool. You didn't need one because your friend had one, so you go play one. And
yeah,
that's what we did when we were kids. We kind of just like, if you had one, okay, I won't ask my parents for one. We'll just play it. And then sometimes my friends would buy games for mine, but keep it at their house. And then I'd buy games for theirs, keep it at my house, and we'd all
yeah,
just play
yeah, yeah,
together. So we'd have a hub.
yeah, man.
The bunk would
Community,
have a gaming
community.
hub. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what it was. And we didn't know anything about that, like a gaming community. We just knew
nah.
that we were friends
We were
playing games and we
friends
shared a
playing
common
game.
interest.
Yes, that was it right there. That was it.
And I think for people our age that knew and built out with your friends, I think we understand community a little different, not better, but a little different than some of the new gamers, which they already get dropped into it, which is cool.
Hmm. Oh
Which with
yeah,
us, we knew the sense of community and what it's like to, even us, we met online.
yeah. That's what I'm
That's how
saying.
we met, a sense of community, getting together,
Uh
talking,
huh.
adding each other on social media. I could talk all day about social media
All of that. That's what I'm
and how
saying.
you
So
build a
it's
community like that of
built.
gamers.
Yeah.
And it's all
There you.
integrated.
That is the best thing that is happening. Let's keep that same energy with
Yeah.
that. Everybody. That's what I always end saying. Let's build a good community. Let's
Oh
be
yeah.
fair. Let's be good. Because I mean, don't nobody want to be dealing with like especially on our video games,
Oh yeah.
hate. We don't need that. We don't need that. We got that plenty of that outside of the gaming world. We don't need it in there. We just don't need
Which
it at
reminds
all.
me, it was sad that the guy that developed the BSNES emulator, unfortunately, I think he died because of cyberbullying.
See what I'm
And
saying?
it's
Like,
just it's sad though because he's a genius, like at
yeah.
heart, and you don't know the struggles of what people go through.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, what if like on the outside he's like, okay, he's successful, he's developing
Yeah, but
an emulator, he's working, but then on the side he's dealing with cyberbullying. And that's why, like, when I see that happening on any page I'm a part of, might be nosy, but I don't want that to happen to nobody.
nah, you definitely don't want that to happen to nobody. So
No, I want to step in, and even if it causes conflict, I'm going to make that conflict happen to stop that
to stop
cyberbullying.
it, to stop it, to from it going any further than where it is right
Because
now.
I'll
That's
take the sting. What if somebody
yeah,
else can't take the sting?
yeah.
What if they can't handle what's going on and I step in? And what if somebody didn't step in and take care of it, which nobody knew until they saw that post that
Yeah.
the maker of BSNES died because of cyberbullying? Nobody knew.
So there you go. There you go, your
And
little
so we need to
man.
have a strong community that everybody gets together. We all may not be perfect, but we share a common interest and love
Yes.
for video games.
Video games. Exactly.
Yeah.
So shit. Well, look, bro. On that note, man, like I said, where we could just talk. I feel we
Oh
could talk
yeah.
all day about this, and there'll be other episodes to do this. But my God, brother,
It
I
was awesome.
appreciate this. This was long overdue.
Yes, for
But
sure.
for sure long overdue. But I think the timing was right. We got it.
Yes,
We got
yes.
it down this time.
Yes.
We got it down this time. And so, floor is yours. Anything you want to plug in, and I always like to ask my guests this because another thing we all share commonly is food. Any place you would
Ooh, let's
recommend that if
go.
I'm ever in your side of town, where are we gonna go to eat? So the floor is yours. Plug in whatever you gotta plug
Man,
in,
if
and
you're ever in my neck of the woods, man, there are so many little. We're primarily in a Hispanic area, so
mhm.
we got a lot of Hispanic food restaurants, which is super super cool. And there's a place that we've eaten at for forever. It's El Tapatio. It's
Okay,
a place that if you're ever here, it's like it's family owned and operated, so you feel like you're in
uh
that
huh,
family environment. Like
Okay.
they sing "Happy Birthday" to you in Spanish. It's
Oh,
like
okay. Okay.
legit.
Okay.
So like when you go there, we don't tell anybody, but we'll just let them know it's someone's birthday. And like 15 employees come out, they just start clapping their hands and they sing you "Happy Birthday" in Spanish, and it's super cool. And
Nice.
they make you
Okay.
feel like you're at home.
There you
And
go. See, that's the
the
vibe.
food costs a little bit more than your traditional restaurant, but it's worth the whole environment.
Environment, good food.
And
I always say that. I said I don't mind paying
yeah,
for good food. I said I don't mind if it's a little extra, but because you want to enjoy some good food,
yeah.
so it's all good.
And my friend owns a churro restaurant. It's called Sticks Churros. He did this adventure about a year ago,
Uh huh.
and they sell churros and baked potatoes. These aren't like your average churros, dude. He makes like these churro pretzels, and I mean they're big. And he swirls churros on a plate, and then he
Yeah.
drops ice cream on there, and
Oh,
like all kinds
bro.
of like. He makes the batter too.
Uh
He
huh.
made a churro taste like a birthday cake, but it had the
Oh
churro
my
texture.
God, bro.
Dude, it was
We gotta
bomb. And then
go. We gotta
he makes
go.
one
We
called a
gotta go.
Reese's Surprise, and the whole
Uh
churro has the texture of the churro, but it
huh.
tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I
Damn.
was like,
Oh,
"How do you do that, dude?" He showed
that's
me a little
churros on a
video.
whole new
Oh,
level,
it's called
man.
Sticks Churroholics,
There you go. Drop
and
it.
it's
Drop the shout
so
out.
good, dude. We went there and had a churro and a big, like a baked potato, but it had all the goodies on there. It had like the asada, and it had the
Oh
uh,
man,
yeah, the whole
damn,
sour cream, or the crema, not the sour cream, but the crema, and it had all the
bro.
everything. So you eat that potato, you don't think it's like a potato and a churro. No, you walk out of there like you feel like you're like you ate at a buffet. It's
Oh,
like a
bro.
big but giant potato with the churro. You're going down for a nap or something.
You're
You're
going
out.
out. That's just
Driving
you're
home, I was
down.
just like, good thing I go live 10 minutes away, because man, I'm just all high on
Oh,
food.
food coma. Food
Yeah,
coma.
it's bomb.
Damn, bro. Yeah, you sold me on that, man. I gotta take a trip.
So
Yeah, you sold me on that one because
take a
I.
trip to the Ville.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Shit, you sold me on that.
It's good though.
So, any links where we can find you, man? Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm all over the place.
Okay.
I'm on
Direct
his
us. Direct
yeah.
us.
Okay, so I'm on Instagram. All my stuff is the same all the way across the board.
Okay.
So I'm on Twitter. I mostly just share gaming news on there,
Mhm.
but I'm on Twitter, Instagram. I'm on, believe it or not, TikTok. I use it as a supplement. I post like gaming news and stuff gaming related. I don't do all those crazy funny videos because I don't know if I could pull that off. uh,
All
and then
right.
I'm streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch.
There you
And I
go.
recently refired my YouTube channel.
That's
I've
good.
been adding my Twitch content to my YouTube channel.
All right. It all
So I'm kind
works.
of like wherever everybody's at, I'm there.
All right. Hey, there you go. There you go, everybody.
Try
And
it. Let
man,
me see if I forgot one, just in case.
just in case,
Just
man.
in case.
Just in case.
I think I got all the bases covered. I haven't really played with Discord yet. I'm more of
Mhm.
like social media. That's cool, but I like more like the Facebook, Instagram stuff.
Okay. For sure. For sure. There you go, man. There you go, everybody.
Woo.
This was my guest, Retro Styles. Go follow him, as you seen. Definitely, I think we all got to take a trip down there to try those
Oh
churros and
man,
try the baked potatoes because I never even thought about throwing a salad on my baked potato, but you know what? I'm gonna do
dude, it's
that.
all about that right there.
I'm gonna do that because everybody, it's like I said, like we stated, it's just about community, it's about having fun, it's about
Yeah,
creating something good, and
yeah,
that's what again, that's what we're here about. We try to make good and bring good to the gaming community. We're gonna call out people for when we see bullying. Everybody,
yeah,
honestly, stand up for that because if you see somebody taking heat, bullying, or just taking hate, man, let's put a stop to it. It's just like
yeah.
there's just nowhere, no room for that. Not just in the gaming community, no room for that. Period.
Never. Yeah,
So again, happy Friday, y'all.
yeah.
Everyone have a good weekend. It is 4th of July weekend. Be safe.
Woo!
There you go. Be safe. Enjoy that family time, whether it's you're barbecuing or just lounging back at a park, whatever the case may be. Enjoy it. Have fun. And game on, gamers. Unless you're just hanging out at your crib, at your house, whatever, just gaming, just do that.
Yeah.
So it's your boy DJ Gamer, Retro Modern Gamer, my guest Retro Stylz. Thanks, brother, for being here.
Oh, it was fun,
And
man.
yeah, it was. So again, we gotta do this again because I
We will.
feel we still, we were an hour in, but we still didn't even really scratch the surface of
Mm-mm.
other things.
That's crazy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And everybody who stopped by, man, I appreciate you guys stopping
Yes.
by on the chat, you know, throwing your 2 cents in, throwing out, just your opinions out there. And, we appreciate that. So it's your boy DJ Gamer, Retro Modern Gamer. Nothing but peace, love, and positivity, everybody. And we are out.